Today is February 3rd, 2026. The main content of this video is based on an article published by The Economist on January 5th, 2026. I've included the original link in the description in case you'd like to read the article yourself. The title of this article is The Battle for Blue Skies over Beijing Leaves Farmers Cold. And the subheading is Banned from Burning Coal, They Can Avoid Gas Heating. What follows is the full content of that article. Residents of Hebei, a province of some 64 million people, which surrounds Beijing, sometimes suffer for being so close to the capital. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Hebei enforced extra tough controls over people's movements to stop infections spreading into Beijing. State-run media praised the province for acting as a moat against the virus. Though Hebei residents were not asked for permission, then after torrential rains in 2023, the government diverted floodwaters into Hebei cities to avoid submerging areas of Beijing. Our region locals, now Hebei folk, have another reason to be upset. The side effect of efforts to clean up Beijing's air have left some unable to heat their homes. Villagers across northern China have long burning coal as a cheap source of warmth, but that thickened a hazardous smog which cloaked Beijing every winter. In 2017, the government banned coal burning and started installing gas heaters instead. The plan, which combined with other measures such as forcing factories to move away, worked. Beijing's pea soupers are now largely a thing of the past. On January 4th, environmental officials said the capital has seen only one heavily polluted day last year, going by the government standards. Annual average concentrations of PM 2.5, an especially dangerous type of pollutant made of tiny specks of dust and ash, or less than a third of what they were around a decade ago. And although at first government subsidies helped to make up the difference, they have tapered off in recent years. As a result, some Hebei villagers could face bills of more than 6,000 yuan, or $860 for a winter's worth of heating, which is more than the average annual pension in rural areas. To make matters worse, gas prices in Hebei have also risen faster than they have in Beijing, and now about 20% here. This is partly because heating companies in the capital can negotiate better deals for gas, and the residents there enjoy subsidized central heating. Some farmers are sneakily going back to burning coal, according to a handful of news reports. To stop this, officials occasionally send drones to look for suspicious smoke trails. Rule breakers are then fined. More law-abiding villagers are huddling under extra blankets instead. Videos of shivering rural elderly have made a splash on Chinese social media. Many consider it unfair for Hebei to freeze in order for Beijing to have clean airs. Everyone who benefits from blue skies should bear the cost of them, said one commenter on Weibo, a social media platform. Perhaps some matter. China's officials should talk less about America's social concerns, one of their favorite topics, and more about problems closer to home. In fact, some state-run media, which normally run only glowing coverage of domestic affairs, have been surprisingly critical. A solution for Hebei farmers' heating problems can no longer be delayed, thundered a recent commentary from the Farmers Daily. It was later taken off the newspaper's website. though it still remains available on other official platforms. Several sympathetic articles on the problems of Hebei farmers have been removed from social media. Although internet censors are allowing some discussion of the issue, they seem uneasy in case things get out of hand. In one dusty village in Wangdu County, in central Hebei, gas pipes snake around the low brick houses, but many residents choose not to use them because of the cost. Despite the patches of ice on the ground, it's not easy for us ordinary folk to earn money, so we just try to weather the cold if we can, says one woman. People with small kids have no choice but to pay, she adds. Another local says he supports efforts to clean the air, but he claims not to have received any subsidies in recent years to help make the switch to gas affordable. Staying warm shouldn't be incompatible with government policies, he believes. It's hard to bear. It's hardly the first time that people of Hebei have had to grit their chattering teeth. Personally, I think this report is very comprehensive in its perspective. I was born and raised in rural Hebei, and I know how cold the winters there can be. When I was young, I used to get chilblains every winter. At first, my hands would swell, and when I was in school, the swollen hands would sometimes accidentally hit the desk, causing the skin to crack. It would not heal naturally until spring came. As an adult, I have lived in southern China for many years, which allows me to avoid the problems that troubles me every winter. When I was younger, although I have not lived in rural Hebei for a long time, my relatives and former neighbors are still infrequently contact with my mother, so I have some understanding of the current situation in the countryside, very much like what is described in this article. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.